Hi guys, welcome back to Bee Trap, and I'm going to talk loud. It's really windy here in Ohio today, but when your packages show up, you install no matter pretty much what's going down. Kind of crazy. Yesterday we got 3 to 4 inches of snow. That's right, 3 to 4 inches of snow. Today it's 55 degrees, pretty windy. It's sunny though, and all the snow melted already. Packages just came in from Georgia. I did a nice video explaining how packages work and kind of the biology behind a package, if you will. And I'm going to show you how to install. There are many different ways to install a package, but this is how I do it. So if you come in here and look in the box, what you'll notice is I have a collection of different combs. These are brood combs out of another hive. You see right here, nice worker comb drawn out here. You'll need to pay attention to the kind of comb that are on the frames. You don't want to pack the middle of your brood nest with a whole bunch of drone comb. And drone comb just looks a lot bigger, if you will. It's cells that are a lot larger. So you don't want to have a whole bunch of drone comb in your hive. And as you can see, this is just some comb that other beehives have drawn out for me, and I'm going to use it to get these packages started. Now, if you don't have drone comb, it's no big deal. You can use foundations. You can buy these foundations from any major beekeeping supply place. I get mine from the Dot. I think it's just cheaper, but there's many different places you can get them. If you want to go foundationless, you can do that as well. Your hive's gonna have to be perfectly level, and a lot of people who do choose to go foundationless, when the bees are first introduced, will likely go a frame with no foundation, a frame with foundation, no foundation with foundation. And what that does is it kind of trains the bees that they have to draw comb in this direction. You don't want them drawing comb this way. That's a real nightmare. It makes inspections almost impossible, and it's just going to be a nightmare for you as a first-year beekeeper. So what we have here is a 2-pound package of Italian bees. Well, they're supposed to be Italian, but who knows? They get shaken out of multiple hives, so there could be varying genetics, but it's supposed to be an Italian queen. There's going to be a can of syrup in there, and the queen's going to be in here in a queen cage. There's a piece of wood that you see right here on the top that is stapled down. The first thing you want to do is get that taken off of there. Now, you don't need to worry about 1,000 bees flying in your face or anything like that, because as you see, there's the can of syrup, and right here is the queen cage. Now, the place I get them from uses a little metal disc. Other places will use maybe like a piece of plastic strip or anything to let it hang up here on the top. So you're going to want to pull this queen cage out of here. When you pull it out of here, there's going to be a bunch of bees on the bottom that are attending to her, and there's also going to be some attendants inside the actual queen cage to feed her while she was in transport. What I'm going to do is take this out, put this cover back on, because that's an opening into the hive and bees can pour out of there. You want to keep them inside as much as you can. Any bees that are on here, I'm going to shake into the hive, and then I'm going to inspect my queen to make sure she's alive. So there we see bees. You're going to want to look in here for the queen. There she is right on top. She's a lot bigger. She's right there. She's rolling around. Let me get some of these bees off here. You probably can see it better. We'll just throw them in the hive. So they're all going to supposedly end up anyway. So you'll see her down there in the bottom. She's a pretty one. Nice long abdomen. You see she's bigger than the worker bees that are with her. And there she is. There's 2 ends in a queen cage like this. You have your cork end, and then down here you'll see is a fondant, like a candy, and this is on top of it. So you're going to want to pop that off there with a hive tool or a screwdriver. There it goes, and you'll see in there, down in that hole, there's the candy, and it runs all the way down to the queen. Now, a lot of guys will poke a hole in that. I don't. I just kind of let them do it. I think you run the risk of damaging your queen by poking a toothpick or a piece of wire in there. These bees, when they accept her, are going to eat that sugar candy out of there, and she is going to come out. Now, What I've done inside the hive is I've chosen a nice frame of drawn out comb. If you don't have a frame of drawn out comb, no big deal. Just use some foundation. I'm going to put my queen with the candy end up like this. I'm going to use that rubber band to hold her on there. And the reason you put the candy up is so in case any of these attendant bees die before they get her chewed out of there, they won't cover up the hole. All right, so I put it about in the middle of the frame. You can put it pretty much anywhere, but I put it in the middle so they can cluster around her if it does get cold. You drop it down there, you put it about in the middle of the box, and you push it as close as you can to the other frames. Excuse me, I got to turn this sideways. There we go. Okay, you don't want that mesh hitting against that frame. So there we go. We'll put her like that. Have her sit in there. Now we got to get these bees out of here into there. What you're going to need to do is get these bees out and into this box. They're in a lovely cluster right there right now. And what we need to do is get them dumped inside this hive. There's several different ways to do it, but it's pretty much drop it down and get them going. Here we go. Try to get that syrup can out of there. And exactly as it sounds, just keep hitting, getting them pushed over. Get as many as you can. There's always going to be some stragglers. And get a few more of these guys out of here. There you go. Put the rest of them kind of up right by your entrance. And hopefully they will find their way into the hive. Install the rest of your frames and put your lid and whatever else. If you want to put a hive top feeder, you can. Pollen patty, that's entirely up to you. Put your frames in, put the lid on, come back in 3, 4, 5 days, entirely up to you. See that your queen's out. Like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.